If you're thinking about your business or starting a business and you're a person of color and you want to talk about the specifics of your community and your culture and how it plays into your approach to your business, the conversation around equity, the conversation around differentiating your voice so that people know who you are, I want to introduce you to Laura Fama, and I want to really see if we can get into some good Q&As here. But first, I want to play you something from her Instagram that really sparked me. Here you go.
Stop the scroll. If you are a brown creator like me or business owner, you felt a lot of minority discrimination and a lot of side effects from growing up in America. I'm Laura. I'm a fashion business entrepreneur, mentor, and I'm here to see you win this year. Why? Because I actually give a damn. What I mean by that is that a lot of people get inspiration or save things on social media like Instagram or Pinterest from white-owned companies. I'm brown. I'm an Asian woman, okay? I'm a Pacific Islander. And I did that for years. And what I realized is that that doesn't serve me. Why? Because we don't have the same values. We don't have the same cultural background or the struggles or the different various advantages and disadvantages. So I encourage you, you are a personal brand or small business owner that's brown, Latinx, a minority. I want you to lean into your superpower this year. Go deep into your cultural heritage and bring that to the forefront. Do not hide that. You being an immigrant, you being brown, you being Asian is your superpower. Embrace that this year and go after it. Tell your story and share it with the world.
Embrace your superpower. I love that. Laura Fama, thank you for being here on Swell. And I think everybody wants a coach. Everyone wants to have someone who knows who they are and their patterns and pushes them to the heights of their potential. And I think that's what we're all about in terms of a community here too. So I wanted to just jump in and say, great to hear your voice, and your vibe on your podcast is beautiful. And I think that there's an opportunity here for people to just drop in and talk with you. And I wanted to ask you what you're feeling is happening in the world right now. Like what trends are on top of people's vision boards that are kind of pressing them back into the sand? We want to lift our dreams, but sometimes the world around us, whether it's interest rates, whether it's war, things happen. What are you seeing that's happening, and what are you concerned about? And let's go from there. Let's find out what's on your mind. Looking forward to hearing from you. Really good that you're here. I'm really excited.
Hey, Deborah. So wonderful to hear from you. And I really appreciate that you vibed with that post that I posted on social media. Hi, guys. My name is Laura Fama. I am a mentor for small and medium-sized businesses. I'm based in Madrid, Spain, coming from Los Angeles, California as a native, been here for 4 years. And, I am here, and it's been so wonderful to be a mentor for people of color. And what I'm hearing and responding from what you resonated from on my Instagram post about people sharing their stories. We are being drained with the constant flood of so much information, misinformation, and I am that person. I am a mentor for people of color, especially since people are, there's such a mass migration of unemployment and people changing their jobs and people living in this gray area. I want to be that person that catches them when they fall. I want to be that person to empower them, especially people of color, because I feel as a minority, I'm a Filipino American, I'm brown. It's very hard to find someone that I can lean on. When I was starting up my fashion business in Los Angeles, I didn't have a mentor. And I didn't have a mentor to really help me find the significance in my cultural heritage. And I feel that I could have really shined more of my light as a small business owner if I really got in touch with my roots. And I didn't. It took me a lot of time, especially leaving America, living in a foreign country like Madrid, Spain, and going through the pandemic. We're all in this residual dust of finding ourselves again. What is life post-COVID pandemic? And during that time, within the 4 years from 2019 to current day, May 2023, I really realized if I could be that person when people are like leaving their job in this realm of not knowing what they're going to do next, I really want to be that person for them, to hold space for them to like find discovery, find their purpose, really sets them apart by using their cultural heritage, their story, their personal story of their journey, and utilizing that for their small business to amplify their message, whatever their product or service that they're selling, and, you know, really finding why they're doing what they do. I really feel that, you know, we can get so bombarded with news and be bombarded with people, like a lot of businesses, like in that message I sent, it was really on that Instagram post, it was really like me when I suffered with getting inspiration from a lot of white-owned companies or white-owned influencers. I was in the fashion space, so I was very much kind of brainwashed in a way. And when I really had that time, as I mentioned back previously, about being able to like sit back and reach down into my roots during the Black Lives Matter movement and so much things that's happened during the pandemic, when there was a lot of hate against Asian minorities all over the United States, it really resonated with me. So, you know, through my methodology of how I mentor people, mostly small business owners, I really help them get back to their roots, get empowered, and also like find ways that they can grow their business. Because in order for them to grow their business, they're allowed to give back to the communities in so many other different realms and facets. So currently what I'm worried about right now is I'm really worried about people feeling lost. I feel that a lot of things, we're still feeling the dust from the pandemic. I think that I'm worried about people feeling lost, people doing impulsive things. But as also, I'm really thankful that people can feel lost. So I can be that person for them to help them get out of the dark forest when they don't have a flashlight. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Swell, for having me on here. I'm so excited to keep the conversation going. And if you want to get more information from me, you can find me at herwhy.world. That's my website, herwhy.world, and find me at Laura Fama, LauraFama. If you want to check my podcast, it's the Conscious Kitchen podcast. We are in our season 6 of our podcast, and we have an amazing guests about, you know, from politics to religion to microdosing to psychedelics. We have it all on our podcast. So you can find us everywhere, streaming worldwide on Apple and Spotify. Talk to you soon.
Hey, Laura, I really love the focus of your work. And there's a lot of people on Swell who I think would really appreciate how upfront you are about celebrating ourselves, our differences. And I want to ask you with regard to the language of society. You know, we have this really baked in language around minority-owned businesses, women-owned businesses. And we're doing that for a good reason, because we want to have market share reflect the diversity of our country. And I think one of the questions I have is, how do you mitigate someone's reticence, like their hesitation to put themselves forward out loud with their message that I am this person, I am a person of color, I am of Asian descent, I am Filipino, I am Hawaiian, I am something that I celebrate in the work I do, even though the work is not reflective of their diversity. So what I'm asking is, a lot of people say, well, my work has nothing to do with my ethnicity or my individual background. It has to do with work that's open to everybody, to whites, to blacks, to anybody. And they fear that if they individuate and they celebrate their diversity, they're shutting down the idea that everyone feels welcome. I don't think that's true, but I know that I've spoken to people about that. It's a tightrope dance a little bit, because you want to show that stuff. You want to show your feathers. So how do you balance out that marketing message for people so that they don't feel like they're putting themselves in the corner of like, hey, I'm minority owned. It's for minority people. It's not true at all. But there's this weird disconnect, which I really want to parse out with you. Thanks so much for digging into this with me.